pathway, and the Pell Grant program was organized to support that. The grant could be taken to any college or university in the nation participating in the federal student aid program, providing students with a wide range of options, and policymakers hoped that the higher education marketplace would respond by ensuring that opportunities were of the highest quality. The creation of the financial aid system followed more than a century of investment in public higher education, beginning with the Morrill Act of 1862 and continuing with the GI Bill, 1944, the Truman Commission, 1947, the National Defense Education Act, 1958, and the California Master Plan, 1960. By the time the Pell Grant was created in 1972, 80% of American college students were enrolled in public colleges and universities. Historian Roger Geiger described the scene this way. American states poured enormous resources into building public systems of higher education. Flagship universities were expanded and outfitted for an extensive research role. Teachers' colleges grew into regional universities. Public urban universities multiplied and grew, and a vast array of community colleges was built. Economists Claudia Goldin and Lawrence Katz have linked these major investments in public education to a growth in human capital that enabled the United States to thrive as a global economic powerhouse. These results would not have occurred if only the wealthiest, or even only the highest achieving students went to college. Despite these overt commitments to higher education as a public good, not everyone shared Claiborne Pell's vision for how to bring more equality of opportunity into the American system. In fact, the system of higher education has never been much of a system at all. It is instead a loose conglomeration of government institutions at the local, state, and federal levels, and both public and private educational providers that share some similar interests but hold many different ones as well. Soaring rhetoric about the value of hard work obscures the fact that family money has long been one of the best predictors of college success. In the words of the Truman Commission, "For the great majority of our boys and girls, the kind and amount of education they may hope to attain depends not on their own abilities, but on the family or community into which they happen to be born, or worse still, on the color of their skin or the religion of their parents." The children of wealthy families are still most likely to complete college, followed by students from middle-income families. Students from low-income families are the least likely to graduate. Should breaking the link between family income and degree attainment be a public priority supported by taxpayer dollars? In the late 1960s and 1970s, states including California, Florida, Michigan, and North Carolina said yes and invested resources in their public colleges and universities in order to keep the prices charged to students low, while also creating state need-based aid programs to complement the federal Pell. State fiscal support for higher education nearly tripled from $3.56 per $1,000 of state personal income in 1961 to $10.42 in 1979. Other states disagreed. Massachusetts, New Hampshire, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Vermont, among other states, appropriated little money to public colleges and universities and instead relied on private institutions to offer opportunities. Rarely do state expenditures per student come anywhere close to matching the federal investment in the Pell Grant. Even the states that initially spent heavily on public colleges and universities reduced their support as more and more people went to college. Beginning in 1981, state appropriations began to decline from $10.18 per $1,000 of state personal income in that year to $9.24 in 1990, to $7.52 in 2000, to $6.32 in 2010. Today, the share of state resources invested in higher education is about the same as it was in 1966, about $5 for every $1,000 of personal income. Wisconsin, The focus of this book.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.